Good afternoon. Thank you for joining Let's Chat. We're glad you're here with us. Bring more to the pie this Thanksgiving. If you could thank anybody, who would you thank? Please thank them, okay? Doesn't have to be the cook necessarily. I would like to introduce our guest today. She's a lovely, charming lady who I didn't know before today, but I met her and we've had a great talk and you're gonna love her. She's charming and sweet and talented. So let me introduce to you to Pam Hayes.
Hi, good morning, and thank you for having me, Judy. I appreciate it.
You're going to be just so exciting and interesting.
I'm very happy to be here today. Thank you.
So where would you like to start? With family?
I was born in Pennsylvania, raised in Ohio. I have an older sister, a younger sister, and a younger brother. Additionally, I have 2 little fur babies. I have 2 cats. One is Cruz. He's an 18-year-old cat who still thinks he's the Don Corleone of the block. And then I have a Sweetie Pie. She's a year old, and she's just the cutest little cuddle cat that you've ever seen. So absolutely perfect to have, especially with the weather getting colder like it is. So I was raised in Ohio, went to school in the Kettering area, graduated Kettering Fairmont High School, and then after that I went to Johnson & Wales in Providence, Rhode Island. I took my first year of college there, and 3 months. It was called an advanced standing program. If you have culinary experience before going in, that kind of counts as like credits for you. And if you're able to maintain the proper GPA through those 3 months, then you graduate on the other half of it. Your second year of college was just regular, and that was great because that was like really the college experience, I guess, at that time. Graduated in 1990, moved to Florida, where I met my future husband. Worked at a place called the Marriott World Center. At the time, I thought it was just the greatest place. It had an outdoor elevator that you could rise up to. It was just amazing. That's where I met my husband. He was going to school for marine biology, so we ended up traveling up and down the coast of Florida. Lived in Key West for a couple of years, worked at a place called the Pier House down there. He proposed to me in Key West as well. Ended up moving up to Pensacola, all the way up north to Pensacola. Which was also great, the Emerald Coast, beautiful up there. And then he finally settled on a college back in Tampa. So I guess going from the southernmost point of the United States all the way up to Pensacola, we split the difference and decided to live in Tampa, Florida. Lived there for many years. He actually got he was accepted into the University of Manoa out in Hawaii on the island of Oahu. Yeah, I know, right? Didn't see that coming. So he was like, hey, how would you feel about moving out to Hawaii for a couple of years while he was getting doing his graduate work? I was like, yeah, let's go, let's get out there.
Why is that a question?
I know, right? Why aren't we there yet? And I actually got a job out there at a place called the Hilton Hawaiian Village Beach Resort and Spa. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful resort area, 22 acres. It had like 19 different restaurants on there.
Oh my gosh.
I started off there as what they call as a tournant chef, which is a traveling chef. So I'm not established in the kitchen. I more or less cover kitchens while other chefs were off, which was a great experience as far as getting to know the lay of the land out there, because 22 acres is a lot to figure out where everything is and where to be there on time. He ended up finishing up his graduate work out there, got his postdoc position out at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. So in February, we moved from Oahu to Washington, D.C. And let me tell you what, the heaviest piece of clothing I had was sweatpants. That was it. We actually had to go buy shoes when we were coming back. So we got back there. I got a job at the Old Ebbitt Grill, which is about a block and a half from the White House.
Wow.
So yeah, it was pretty amazing. We had a lot of different people come in there. Vice President Biden at the time came in. First Lady Michelle Obama came in at that time. We had SEAL Team 6 in. We used to get senators, congressmen, and
did you actually get a chance to talk to
I
them
did.
a
Well,
greet them.
I got to meet Michelle Obama personally.
Oh.
Yep, that was amazing. Joe Biden was in there celebrating a birthday for one of his Secret Service people, so I couldn't actually meet him. That wasn't appropriate at the time, but I did get to within 3 feet of him. It was very exciting, very tall man. So that was very exciting working out there. The Secret Service also did training out there. It was a 800-seat restaurant.
Wow.
So yeah, a lot of points of coming in and going out, and the Secret Service would do some of their training for that, which was amazing. Then my husband wanted to go back to Hawaii, and I wanted to stay in DC. I'd made good friends here, and so we kind of split ways at that point, which it was very amicable, no hostility. I still talk to his mother-in-law every month, or my mother-in-law every month. So I ended up staying at the Old Ebbitt Grill. Then my mother's health took a little bit of turn for the south, and so I came, since I was no longer married and I don't have kids, I just moved back to Ohio to help Dad with Mom.
Very nice.
Yeah, and got a job out here at Premier Hospital in downtown Dayton. The food wasn't, the food just wasn't, but yeah, it was bad. You know, when there's no salt and pepper like sitting out on the countertops, but the hours were perfect to help my dad with Mom. So not the sexiest food, but still in the kitchen, still feeling good about it. Then I ended up getting a job here at Otterbein, hoping that the food would be better. You know, I wasn't sure what to expect being a senior living facility.
Right.
But I tell you what, we do a lot of great cooking here. There's salt and pepper out everywhere, so that's great. One of the things that I'm most proud about for being here was the event called Diced in Dayton, which was just last month in September. Chef had gotten invited to it. It's an event that you have to be invited to for that. So he was invited to it, and he asked me to be his co-captain in that, I guess.
Okay.
It was super, super fantastic. Have you heard about it at all?
A little bit through the internet.
Okay.
But how many people were entered into the contest?
There were 12 different chef competitors, ourselves included. Everything from the Blueberry Cafe, which is great food, and all the way to our Bisteca. And I told the people at the hibachi table that's a restaurant that has $4 signs next to its name. So it's pretty pricey, you know, high-end restaurant there. And so we were competing against a wide variety of people there. And Chef and I got there, got set up. The event started at 5:30. The food service stopped at 7 o'clock. And I tell you what, the time went so fast, so fast.
So what did you make?
We got a mystery basket. They assigned a mystery basket, which isn't like a true mystery basket at the time because they give you a couple days to look at it and figure stuff out. And in our mystery basket, we had whole turkeys, kohlrabi, whole corn on the cob with the husk, and red and green cabbage. So what we did was we made a bacon and cheddar tamale out of using the corn husk to roll it with, topped it with our smoked turkey. Chef made some outstanding candied cabbage to top it with, and he did an ancho chili corn butter sauce to finish it with. Oh, it was delicious. So we were putting that out all night. It was so good, people were coming up and taking our display plates. We had to make up our display plates a couple of times because people were just coming back for more for us. Then at 7 o'clock, they took the chefs away for like photo ops kind of thing, and I figured, you know, I'll start breaking down our station a little bit, and did their photo ops, and the chefs came back down from the stairs, and that's when they announced the winner, and they said that the judges award went to Chef James, and you know, they could hear me screaming all the way in the back of the ballroom there. I was so excited, and at that point there was a brief moment where I was like, oh, maybe I misunderstood the directions. It's going to be a cook-off between the two executive chefs and not the two chefs together. And then they were like, we need Pamela Hayes to the stage. So I'm like going as quick as I can without actually sprinting across the ballroom there. Got up to the stage, and by that time, Chef this was a true mystery basket. You had 5 minutes to talk about it and 20 minutes to execute it and have it ready for the judges' table. So by the time I got up there, Chef, I feel like, already had a plan, and he just told me exactly what to do. I just tried to keep up with him. The man was slicing and dicing and sauteing, and it was amazing to be a part of that. The other competitors finished, I feel like they finished about 6 minutes early, and we finished with about 30 seconds to spare. And at that time, they took the food over to the judges' table. We had our secret spy in there, Margie Bounds. She was kind of close to the judges' table, you know, trying to figure out what was going on, trying to feed us information as best she could. But she did say that the judges were taking multiple bites of our dish and only took one bite of the competitor's dish. I know, right?
That's
Yes,
a sign.
Yes, and so that was super encouraging at that point. And then after the judges did what judges do, they came back and they announced us as the winners. And I tell you what, I was just soaring. The adrenaline was just pumping at that point.
Sure.
I felt like a superstar. I was so proud to represent
We're
Otterbein.
proud to have you do that for Otterbein.
I was proud to represent
I mean, you put our
Otterbein.
name in lights, so to speak.
Yes, and I couldn't be more happy. I mean, the people, when I first started here, I started off as a front of the house supervisor. And I'm not really built for front of the house work. I've told people that before. I'm kind of an indoor cat. I don't like to be out amongst people too much. But when I started doing the hibachi table, after about a year I was here, I started doing the hibachi table, and I've met some truly, truly wonderful people. I mean, people that brought me out of a shell that I didn't think I could be brought out of. And to win Diced and Dayton for these people and for Chef, and my dad was there, so I was my dad was there. I was so proud of the whole time.
That he got to see what
he did.
you did.
He got to see the whole thing. And I'm just going to say this because I don't know if it's been said before, but Anne-Marie was also at the event. We had a lot of people there, but Anne-Marie was at the event. And while she couldn't actively help us during service, what I didn't know was going on is while we were up there doing our cook-off and after, you know, announcing the winners and the handshakes and the photographs, the whole time she was back at our station, breaking down our station. So I know, right? So when everything was all said and done, and I thought I had to go back, Chef and I had to go back and break this station down, it was done. All we had to do was pack it up and go.
She is an amazing lady. I like
tell
her
you
a
what,
lot.
yeah, that was just as much of a bonus as anything else in that
Yes.
night. So we started about 8 o'clock in the morning. We got done, had everything packed in the car at about 10 o'clock at night.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it was a long, long day. Got home.
Did you get a trophy or something?
Well, they gave us like a little gift bag, and in it was a little trophy about this big.
Okay.
And I'm assuming Chef said #1 chef on it because mine said #1 Sue on it. So I was the #1 sous chef in that. And little gift cards in there and like little knick-knacky type things. They all like sit up on my dresser right now.
Good. Well, yeah,
like,
you should.
yeah.
You deserve something to put out.
Yes, absolutely. So it's a little trophy. It's kind of a token one, but it was just amazing. And then Chef got an email about a day or two later saying that we were invited back for next year's competition.
I was going to ask that. Yes.
Yep. And then another great thing, and this was Chef's idea. So part of the event was they give us a $150 gift card to use at a local community market.
Oh.
So we went down there, we spent about 2 hours there walking around, and we came with 2 different ideas, and we bought ingredients for 2 different ideas. But obviously we only used ingredients for one idea. So the other set of ingredients Chef took back to the market, redonated it back, and took some extra supplies that we had down to donate to the food bank as well for that. So it was.
Did you get a video or pictures of you and Chef James?
So many pictures, so many pictures. So Miami Valley Meals is the sponsor of it, I guess.
Okay.
The creator of it, and they have a Facebook page. And if you go to their Facebook page, you can see a lot of event photos there are posted, including Chef and I winning, accepting the awards, and all the accolades and that sort of thing. So. And probably if you get to my Facebook page, you'll probably see a ton of them there too. So yeah, all my friends and family knew about it at 10:15 at night. That night, I was like, "Guess what? We won!" It was super exciting.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you. And then,
and I know everybody at Otterbein congratulates you.
you know what?
And
It
James.
was. It's just thrilling to be a part. Like when I first, again, when I made certain assumptions, thinking that at a senior living facility. I may have made some incorrect assumptions about what the food would be like or what kind of cooking I would be doing. And the fact that I can do the cooking that I really enjoy doing it's just great. It's just great. I get the hours that I want, and I get to cook the food the way I want to, and I get to hang out with people that are amazing.
So you're mostly strictly a hibachi.
Well, I do the hibachi on Thursdays and Fridays. I have two seatings, one at one at 4 o'clock and one at 5:30. It's a 4-course meal. We start off with a soup, then we move into an appetizer. Sometimes it's a hot appetizer, a cold appetizer, then the entree. This week's entree is going to be in honor of Halloween, is going to be the mummy meatloaf with the haunted carrots, and I can't remember the cheesy potatoes. I can't remember what I said about that, but and that will be my entree this week. And then I do a dessert. And one thing that I like to tease, well, not tease with these guys, but my hibachi people know, I am a hot cook person. I'm good at breaking down meat, sauteing, grilling, that sort of thing. Soup, sauces, love that. When it comes to desserts, that was really my mom's niche right there. She was an amazing baker, and I could kick myself for not, watching her closer in the kitchen for that sort of thing. And so I tell them, I'm like, I'm not the best baker, so bear with me as far as the desserts go. And one thing that I've noticed is when I go and start the hibachi table, I'm like, tonight we're going to be starting off with a creamy chicken and rice. We're going to move into a fried chicken skewer with this and that and the other thing. And I go through the entree. Then when we get to the dessert, they all go, they lean a little bit more. I've gotten to be a much stronger dessert person, we'll say. I do a tuxedo creme brulee, which is a chocolate ganache at the bottom of the cup, and that beautiful creamy custard, and that little crisp sugar at the top. And I tell people, I'm like, you're going to break through that sugar, you're going to hit that creamy goodness. I was like, don't stop there, keep going. There's something at the very bottom for you.
You could have that every time, and people would love it.
Yeah, I've gotten requests to do that on occasion. Another thing with the hibachi, desserts I try to make happen as best I can. Say for my entree, I'm doing salmon that night, and you're like, oh, Pam, I don't like salmon. Give me a day or two ahead of time. I can get chicken, I can get shrimp, I can get filet. I can pretty much get something that will work into that menu.
Yes.
And when I do my entree and I think of my sauces and my accompaniments, I think, would it go good with a piece of pork? Would it go good with a piece of chicken or a piece of beef? So that even though you may be subbing out the main entree part of it, everything else still works together with it as well.
Well, I definitely, when I was telling Pam that the first time I did it was 4 years ago when Chef James did his first time. And it was good.
Yeah.
But then we didn't get back for some reason.
I know COVID probably, obviously slowed things down. And then at one point we had the renovations going on in the 1912 restaurant, which also slowed things down a little bit too.
Yes.
But now we're back in full gear, and I'm really enjoying it. I just love it.
And she'll be sending out, or it's already out, you said, a form like this to tell you what's coming up in November. This is October's.
Yes. So, and also you can go to the community app, and if you go to the hibachi tab of the community app and click on that, it will tell you what the monthly menu is. It will tell you what next month's menu is. But if you want to sign up for it, that's not the right tab. Hibachi is not the right tab for it. You have to go up a little bit to where the activities tab is and click on that. And if you're not certain about how to do that, like I'm not certain how to do that. I'm not tech savvy, I'm sorry. I'm more of a dial the phone kind of person. And I believe programs and Anne Marie can field any questions or reservations or menu substitutions that you may need. We also try and respect to the best of our abilities any dietary restrictions. I have dairy-free people come, gluten-free people come. One person is allergic to onions and tomatoes. So when I go in and I do my menu, I try to make sure that, again, everybody can have everything and it still tastes as good as it ever was. Good. So now with all your activities here and your busyness, so do you have something you like to do on your day off? I like sewing and knitting.
Okay.
Not so great at either one of them, but I still like it.
Yes.
I love, since winter's coming now, I'm transitioning into my knitting phase of the seasons. But in the spring and summer, I make kids' clothes for my niece, or I guess my great niece now. And I make little things for me sometimes. I just made a faux fur vest to wear sometime. I don't know.
I thought you'd answer like Kevin. He said he likes to sleep.
Oh, Well, there is that too.
I
There
mean,
is that too.
said that too.
I'm an
Yep.
eating and sleeping guy. Yeah.
But those sound like great activities. I'm trying to get back into a little crocheting.
Oh, that is
But I need to
amazing.
go back to the beginner's level.
I actually have been looking at maybe taking a class to learn how to crochet. I feel like the outlook, the final look of it is better than just like knitting, than what I knit. There's some knitting styles out there and knitting techniques out there that I have not mastered, and I don't feel like I'm ever going to truly master. But I figure maybe branching out into crochet and trying something like that, seeing if that might be easier with just the one hook instead of like holding two hooks. So
I
yeah.
tried the knitting and
Yeah.
I tore it out more than I knitted.
Oh.
Every time I'd miss and I'd have to tear it back.
Yep, got it.
So I decided, no, I don't
Unravel
want
it,
to
yep.
do that. So, well, you've been very interesting. Anything
you.
else you'd like to talk about?
No, except that I'm super happy to be here again.
We're
Not just
happy to
here
have
today,
you.
but in Otterbein in general. I think I mentioned to you earlier when I interviewed with Anne Marie. It started off as an interview, and it really turned into a conversation towards the end of it. And she's a woman that has a lot of interests that are very similar
Should
to mine.
I have her on sometime?
Oh my goodness, yes,
Kevin,
absolutely.
we gotta get Anne Marie on
would be
sometime.
fantastic. She's an amazing lady, and I told her at the end of the interview that I was looking for a forever home, and I really feel like I found it here. So
I hope so.
I'm grateful to be here. I love working with Chef James and the people in the kitchen.
Yeah, he's pretty great too.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to know Roberto or Robert or the other chef.
Oh, are you talking about Landon?
I don't know what his name is.
He works up in the Great Wave, big kind of beard.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's Landon. You should have him on the show as well.
Okay.
He's another really great chef that we have here, and he doesn't talk a lot. He's kind of like me. When we're in the kitchen, we just get down to business and we keep going. But once you start talking to him and finding out more about his life, he's a real treat. He's got a fantastic sense of humor.
Good,
He's
we
single
need
out
that.
there, by the way, ladies. He's single out
If
there.
he's a little quiet on the show, we'll call Kevin in.
There you go. There you go.
I always call on him when I need something.
Fantastic.
So-
But those guys, Anne Marie and Landon, would be fantastic to have on your show.
We don't have anybody scheduled in November.
Okay.
Or even December, because they might want to talk a little bit about Christmas food.
Right, what's coming up for Christmas.
Desserts or Christmas whatever.
Yep.
And a lot of the courts are scheduling their parties.
Yep, their holiday parties. Yep,
Yep.
absolutely.
We're getting the dates in because it's getting full.
Yeah, I bet. Again, there's so much that happens here at Otterbein that I've said it to you and I've said it to other people that if you're bored here at Otterbein, that's 100% your fault.
Exactly.
Because there's so much going on both within Otterbein as a community as a whole, but then when you break it down into your little courts and the other areas, I mean, even they have other things going on. I've driven by and I've seen like hot dog cookouts going on. And I'm like, this is such a cool place. Like I've talked to my dad
very
about
nice.
moving
It's like
here.
a neighborhood. We
It
think of it
is.
as a neighborhood.
It
So,
is, and it's beautiful out here too.
Yeah, so,
You know.
yes, I find it. I've been here about 4 years. I moved a long way from Monroe.
Oh.
Well, I kind of knew about Otterbein a little.
Right.
But when I decided to sell, I came straight here.
Wise
So
decision.
I didn't have a
Yep.
second thought about it.
Wise
and I've
decision.
enjoyed the 4 years, and I am trying to back up a little bit on some of my activities.
Well, yeah, you don't want to overdo yourself either. I mean, it's pretty easy to get overwhelmed, like picking all the activities that you want to do, rather than what you can do or should do. So.
Well, they do. They have a group here that crochets. I think it's crocheting Afghans for people that are shut-ins.
Oh.
What is that called, Kevin?
Oh, we've got so many groups I
Yeah,
can't keep
but check
track.
into it, 'cause
There's the Nitwits. I know the Nitwit
thank you.
group. Yeah.
See why I need him?
When I
The
worked at the
And
hospital,
they make these little
Shawls?
shawls to give to people that are shut in.
when I used to work at the hospital, and I was getting more into my knitting hobby there, we would knit little caps for the preemie babies.
Oh yes.
And those are pretty quick to go through because they're so tiny, that sort of thing. But yeah, I totally get that. I love knitting for a cause or sewing for a cause, that sort of thing. I've donated blankets to animal shelters, that sort of thing. So I'm making things. I'm getting rid of them. I just like the sewing part
Exactly.
of it. Yep.
I'd like to do the knitwits. I'm trying to make some room for it in my schedule.
Okay.
Because I like the idea of giving them to shut-ins.
Yeah, I think that's great.
I think that's-
And it's just Otterbein giving back to the community. So,
Kevin, you have
that's just
anything
another
you'd like to
awesomeness.
ask or add?
Pam, had you ever done hibachi cooking prior to working here?
Not official hibachi cooking. I mean, obviously I've cooked on flat tops before, and the difference between a flat top and a hibachi is basically where the heated part of the surface is. A flat top is from edge to edge, back to front, side to side, whereas a hibachi is more like a window frame. About the 6 inches in is, I wouldn't put my bare hand on it, kind of cold, but it's not as hot as where the cooking surface is for it. So flat top, you cooking off of flat tops, doing that sort of thing, I've done that many times, and just figuring out where my cooking space is on the hibachi was very easy to transition into.
So do you like doing the hibachi
I
cooking?
love doing the hibachi. I'm not kidding. The first time I went out there, I was so stiff and anxious and, anxiety ridden, that sort of thing. And then after my second time, I was like, why do I feel this way? These people are great. They are so much fun. And as much talking as I do at the table, I really enjoy listening to their stories too. We have people that go around and help people register to vote, former teachers, engineers, doctors, and it's just really neat to hear their stories at the table as well.
Yeah, I feel like you get a lot of regulars there.
Yes, I do. I do have like some regulars, and I'm happy for that. I love seeing them every week. I have a great relationship with them. I love seeing them out in the areas as well. But recently I've noticed that I have been getting newer people to the table, which is great. And another thing that makes me feel good, especially at the hibachi table, is residents will bring family members in or guests. And I feel like if they're trusting me to cook for them, that just makes me feel even more elevated, I guess.
And I'd asked her early, how many can sit at the...
10 people. We sit 10 people at the hibachi table. And then it used to only be 8 people, but then when they did the renovations, they opened it up to 10 people, which is a lot better. I know 2 people doesn't sound like much of a difference, but it does make a difference to those 2 people.
I think it would be good too.
So.
You have a favorite meal that you cook, that you make?
I don't think so. I think I kind of like just having the creativity to make my own menus from month to month. Chef is really supportive with my menu ideas if I want to bring something in, something different. Another thing that he's been really great with is before I came here, oddly enough, with all these years of experience that I've had in the past, I never got to go to a food show until I came here. And Chef took me to the GFS food show over in Columbus, and it was super reinvigorating. When you see so much product, it's just your creativity just starts popping, and you're like, oh, I got an idea for this, and I got an idea for that. And that has just been amazing for me. So I love doing my own food out there. I love, it's 4-course meal. We start off with the soup, the appetizer, the entree, and then the dessert. I was telling Judy I'm not the best baker, but I've gotten much better at it. So I'm really happy when people come in and they bring people in to enjoy with them.
Sure.
So.
I asked her earlier when she first knew she wanted to be a cook.
I knew at a very, very young age, yes.
And
all you
what was
hibachi people, you can stop listening now. You've heard the story a million times, I'm sure. But, excuse me, I knew at a very young age that I wanted to be a cook. There was nothing else I ever wanted to do. I didn't want to be a ballerina or a veterinarian or anything like that. I always knew I wanted to cook. And when I was in school, we would do, you get book reports, that sort of thing. And there was one time where I had to do a report on Haiti, so I made Haitian food and brought it in. There was another time, I can't remember what the premise was for it, but I had done swan cream puffs, and it's where you make the cream puff and you cut the top off and you cut the back and it looks like wings and you make a swan's nest, and I'd done that. I'm really good at cream puffs, actually.
Well, tell us about the one you told me.
Well, then, when I was much younger than that, my first cooking experience was in the kitchen, and I was trying to make something called a Kokenbush. And a Kokenbush, if you don't know, it's a German dessert, and it's cream puffs, that you make into a cylinder, okay, almost like a Christmas tree, and you're supposed to take caramel and like spin it around to, it acts as the glue and shininess and, you know, gives it that real Christmas tree look to it. Well, I'd made the cream puffs and I did a really good job with that. I was super happy. And then I was coming to make the caramel sauce, and that was the day I learned that caramel goes from golden brown to smoking black that fast. It was awful. I ruined my mother's best saucepan. She was so mad at me. Not long, but she was so mad at me. But we did enjoy the cream puffs afterwards because they were the only thing that turned out. And that was back in the day. I remember it was like a 4-page recipe. I had to, you know, we didn't have the internet, so we had to use cookbooks, and I had it open. I remember flipping page after page.
And you were about 12 at the time?
Yeah, I was like 12 or 13 years old, yeah.
That's amazing.
Gen X, you know, we just started doing our own thing early, you know. But it was amazing.
Have you ever made that particular dessert since?
Nope.
Are you
Absolutely
going to?
Nope. To this day, I'm still traumatized by having to make caramel sauce. I feel like today commercial caramel sauce is probably one of the best inventions out there because I don't have to make it. But
Well,
yeah.
I think we've had a wonderful interview.
I-
I'm not cutting you off.
Oh, no, not at all.
I like talkers. Right, Kevin?
I know, right? Going from a
course.
shy indoor cat
Yeah.
to, you know, sitting here having an interview like
Yes,
this. I
Well,
tell you what.
That's like the third or fourth pet reference that you've made. You have pets, right?
I do. I have 2 cats. I have my 18-year-old black cat, and he still thinks he's the boss of the block.
18 years old.
18 years old,
Wow.
yeah. And then before my mother passed away, she had adopted a 1-year-old tabby cat whose name at the shelter was Hewlett Packard. I know, right? That name was changed before we got out of the gate from where the cat was being held. Mom already knew that, and her name is Sugar, and she's just the sweetest Sugar. Yep, she, you know, she's a lap cat, lap, chest, feet, whatever. If she's in contact with you, she's happy.
Well, I know
So.
Kevin has 2 cats, and we're going to let him tell us a little about your cats.
Yeah, I've got 2 black cats as well. So
Very
Malik and NBC. We talked about them last time with Chef James because he's got a cat at home
Yep,
as well.
Peppa, yep.
Yeah, love them.
Yeah.
I've had cats through the years.
Yeah.
Not lately as
Yeah.
I gotten older, but I had a Siamese once and a calico once, not at the same time.
Yeah, boy, you're brave getting a Siamese. I feel like my mom had a Siamese cat once, and she hated everybody except for my mother.
They say that's true,
Yep.
but this one, I used to take him to school for show and tell.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He loved the kids, like kindergarten.
Yeah,
Little ones.
absolutely.
And they thought this was so cool.
That is awesome. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I actually used to have a dog a couple years back.
Oh,
and
did you?
Yeah, we used to, we don't live too far from the elementary school, so when we go out for walks, all the kids would come running over to the fence during, you know, recess, and they'd want to pet Rio, and, you know.
What kind?
Mom called him an American original. Yeah, he when I adopted him, I thought he was going to go this way, but he went that way. So he definitely had Basset Hound in him because he was
Okay.
long like a Basset Hound, had ears that were somewhere between a Beagle and a Basset Hound, but he had a blue tick hound back to him. So he had a speckled back coat and then Beagle legs and, you know, Beagle coloring, that sort of thing. Which is why when I thought he would go this way because of the blue tick hound, I figured he'd go up, but the Basset Hound definitely won out, and he went that way. And he went a little bit this way too. So,
And Basset Hounds always look friendly.
oh, he was, yes.
You know, when you see
Oh,
them,
yeah.
you never hesitate to.
No,
They
he
just have a
loved-
friendly look to them.
Yep, he loved kids, loved all the kids, absolutely, yep. His highlight was walking by the elementary school, so. The only time that we didn't do that too much was in the wintertime, because, you know, cold. He may be well with the weather, but I am not, so.
Have you ever had a dog, Kevin?
No, I've not. My cats are my first pets I've ever had.
There you go.
My dad was not an animal person, so
Yeah.
it was not allowed growing up in our home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dad was the same way. We had cats growing up. I didn't get dogs until I moved out of the house. So, but now back to cats again.
We had
so.
fish when I was growing up, and then my dad got rid of the fish because he said we didn't play with the fish, so we wouldn't play with a dog, so no dogs allowed either.
Well, you should
Okay.
have said, well, we can't take them for a walk.
Right.
Walk
So
around
yeah,
the
no
neighborhood.
pets
I hated
allowed.
the fish. My kids always wanted fish, and we just had a bowl, And they promised they'd keep it clean. They didn't.
No.
So
No,
one
they
day
never
they'll
do.
come home and I say, "Oh, I'm sorry, your fish are gone."
Yep.
That's what happened
That's
with
what
us.
happens,
And
yep.
we were told
That's what happens.
since we didn't play with them, they went to a different home. And
Yep.
we all said, "How do you play with fish, Dad?" And he said, "You take a flashlight to the
With the
bowl,
bowl.
and then they follow the light." Nobody does that. Yeah, nobody does that.
Yeah, I think he was trying to hoodwink you there for
He
sure.
just didn't want pets. Yep.
Yep. Awesome.
Well, how's our time, Kevin?
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing good. He'll let us talk forever if we want to. So, any other subjects?
No, that's pretty much the long and the short of my life there.
Oh,
so
you have an
Yep.
exciting life.
I've been very fortunate. I've gotten to travel. I've been to Paris twice, Lisbon, Portugal. I've been to Bordeaux.
Cooking there or just visiting?
Just traveling. When I was married to my husband, part of one of the groups he belonged to held their meetings internationally every 3 years.
Oh, that was
yes.
nice.
So again, Austria, Germany. So I've gotten to tour a little bit of Europe, we'll say. But that was absolutely amazing too. Lisbon, Portugal was my favorite all-time place to go
Was
to.
it?
Yep. And oddly enough, having been in Paris and Bordeaux, France, the best ice cream was in Austria. I hate to say it, but yep. Yep.
Interesting.
Vienna had the best ice cream. Yep.
Well, we need to book our trip.
Absolutely.
sign
You
me
go
up.
with us and
Absolutely.
we'll go to Austria and get ice cream.
There you go. Oh my gosh, I know exactly where to go. I can't tell you the name of the place, but I know how to get there.
You know how to get
Yep.
there, yes.
Yes. So.
And ice cream is one of my favorite things.
Oh yeah. I thought I had great ice cream when I was in Paris, but then again when we went to Vienna, I was like, wow. I don't know what cows they're milking here, but the ice cream is coming out great. So yeah. It was wonderful. Yeah. So
they
I've gotten to
probably
travel.
did use vitamin D, the high cream
Oh yeah.
in it that made it good.
Well, I mean, just in general, even anywhere that you go over there, at least that I was into, their regular milk that they put on their table is as thick as our heavy cream. So that's probably why their croissants are so flaky and their ice cream is so
I'm sure
creamy,
that's true.
and
Yes.
that sort of thing is they just, the way they process their food over there is a little bit different than ours. So, yeah. Oof, it
Now
was so good.
everybody's on all kind of fake milk.
Yeah, yeah.
Almond milk and whatever milk.
Cashew milk, all that stuff. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure that those that drink it like it.
Yep.
I've never
I'm
had
not.
it.
I'm not a fan of it myself. I did, of course, when it came out, I was trying it, that
Yeah.
sort of thing. But I like the regular old cow milk.
Me
so,
too. Me too.
Yeah.
My mother always had vitamin D. My kids would say, "How come Grandma's milk's better than ours?" And I said, "That's because it's vitamin D instead of 2%."
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Oh yeah. When we were kids, that's all we did was drink whole milk, and now I drink skim milk. I don't know what happens through the years to transition through that, but yeah, when I was at that age, drinking skim milk was not going to happen. There's
No,
no way.
no,
That's
I
like
didn't
white
carry it.
water. Now I'm like, oh, skim milk. Pour me another glass. So.
So we'll probably all end up drinking vitamin D again.
Everything seems circular.
Everything's a
Yep.
circle. You're right.
Yep, yep,
And
yep.
a lot of things they said were bad for us are coming back. They're not bad for us.
I remember growing up, the egg was good for you, the egg was bad for you.
I was
meat's
just
good
about
for
to
you.
say the egg. It's always,
Yeah, it's always the egg, yeah.
The yolks are bad for you. The yolks are good for you. Yeah.
The incredible edible egg, the incredible inedible egg.
Yeah.
It just keeps going back and forth. So one day maybe science will figure out, is it good or
We
is it
need
bad?
to eat like the farmers.
Yeah.
That was the healthiest food, and they were healthy, and their kids were healthy.
Yep. I remember my mom when she was a kid. She grew up on a very rural farm in Pennsylvania, and no matter what day it is, you got to go out and do your chores that day. And it was Christmas Day, and they got their presents ahead of time, and they went down to do their chores. And my uncle had gotten an old cork gun, like a cork pop gun kind of thing, on a string. And I guess there was this really nasty, mean rooster down there that used to terrorize them when they go to collect the eggs. And so my uncle took the pop gun. He was going to threaten the rooster with it. Well, apparently he popped the gun at the rooster. The rooster caught the cork and broke the string on it. And the kids went running right back up the big old hill. And then that night, Grandma got a new rooster, and they let the old rooster out
They
the
didn't
pasture.
tell the kids what happened to the old rooster. But
No.
he was probably on the table the next day. don't
Yep.
tell the kids everything.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, that's that was farm life back then, and that's probably why Mom grew up to be such a healthy person, and that
Exactly.
sort of thing. So yeah,
Yeah, I think we'd all be wise to think about that.
yeah.
Well, thank you very much, and I enjoyed you very much.
I have had a wonderful time.
And in 6 months, maybe you'll come back.
Less than 6 months. Have I done such a poor job that you wouldn't have me back
No,
sooner?
well, we have to schedule Anne Marie. We
I
got
know.
to get in Landon.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
And he wants me to. There's a couple people he's mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get back to you.
I bet
I'll
Kevin
give you a
knows
little
everybody.
time to win another contest.
I love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
You've been
Judy.
delightful and charming.
Thank you.
Would you like to say goodbye?
You guys, thank you so much out there in Otterbein. I've said it many times during this interview, but I'm super glad to be here, and I'm just super glad to be here. Thank you.
So if you see Pam in the hall or cooking, or go to the hibachi and watch her cook, please say hi to her.
Absolutely, yes. Please, please,
I'm
please say
definitely,
hello.
we're going to get a group and come up.
Oh yes, please do. Absolutely.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, Kevin.